everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Today I am sharing with you guys some new men's fragrances in my collection. These have just been top tier for me as far as performance and scent profile. They're all new to my collection, like I said, but they have been slowly rising to some of my favorite fragrances in my collection now. So if you're looking for a new men's fragrance or masculine leaning scent, then you're gonna need to check these out. I have something for everybody, whether you like more fresh, more musky, or you like your leathery, heavier scents. So there's one of each in this lineup. The first one I'm going to be talking about today is from one of my favorite brands that I discovered at Scent Explorer last year, and I found some new favorites at Scent Explorer NYC just this last week when I attended, and I can't wait to share these with you guys. First up, we have Masa from Kajal. This bottle is insane. Something I really appreciate about Kajal is the packaging, the design of the bottle. There's always some artwork here on the side and they have a meaning to them. I just really admire the artistry that goes into these bottles, and the top has gems all over it. As far as the scent goes, this is a very woody, aromatic fragrance. It's slightly green as well. In the top you have grapefruit, bergamot, and ginger. So there's this burst of freshness. Ooh, this is just a cooling fragrance. It's like a breath of fresh air. If I could describe this, that's what it would be, like that cool, crisp water in the winter time. Oh my god. In the mid, you have cardamom, watery notes, and patchouli. I definitely pick up on the watery notes in here. It's extremely realistic. I do get a little bit of cardamom. There's a slight spice going on in here, adding to that woody aromatic touch. And the patchouli I slightly pick up on. It's kind of going more of the herbal route. It's definitely more of a fresh patchouli note. And in the base you have vetiver, cedar, gaiac wood, amber. So overall it's very woody. It's still fresh at the same time. You really get that marine quality to it. It honestly smells like a lake or the ocean. I would say more so fresh body water actually, not ocean water, because you don't get the saltiness that can come from ocean water. So definitely not salty, but it does have this mineral quality to it. It's very aromatic, super fresh. This will wake you up in the morning. I love this fragrance, like just smelling it from the bottle, it puts you in a good mood. This is a great everyday signature scent if you like woody, aromatic, kind of mineral fragrances. And the performance on this is insane. You can smell this all throughout the day. You don't need to respray. So really incredible performance with Kajal. Next up I have another Kajal. This is number 4, and to my nose this is very masculine again. I myself would possibly wear the last fragrance I talked about, Masa. This one, I don't know, I'm gonna keep this one for the guys because it's ultra masculine to my nose. This is a much darker, richer, heavier fragrance compared to Masa. It's very woody, it's slightly leathery. You get a lot of warm spiciness in here too. It's slightly animalic, slightly, but it's not too heavy. So this would be a great winter scent. As we are heading into winter right now, it's getting colder and colder by the day. Definitely try this one out because it's going to cut through the cold. It's just going to make you feel warm bundled up with your heavy jacket. I picture a leather jacket or those jackets with the fur line inside. Definitely picking up on that vibe with this fragrance. So in number 4 you get cardamom, Donna. There is a touch of jasmine in here which I slightly pick up on, but then you really get this heavy rum note. It's very dark. You also have dates in here and leather. So what I mostly pick up on is the dates, the leather. I do get that Donna scent. It's slightly honeyed and a lot of rum. So it's very boozy, very leathery, dark. This is a super dark rum. This is not a sweet, lighter rum whatsoever. It's very dark. It is ultra masculine and sexy in my opinion. A great winter fragrance from Kajal. Next up, we have another leather dominant fragrance. This is Leather Rouge from Miller Harris. This is a warm, spicy, kind of fruity rose leather fragrance. It's definitely different from the last one. So it's sweeter, a little bit more floral. I get this powdery touch from violet in here also. This is a beautifully done leather fragrance. It's very smooth, well blended. So if you like leather, but you want something sweeter, because sometimes leather can be a little bit too heavy, a little bit too rough around the edges, then I would definitely recommend Leather Rouge for you. In the top of Leather Rouge, you have raspberry, saffron, black pepper. So I definitely pick up on that slight raspberry touch, which sweetens it up. I do get some of the saffron, giving it this kind of airy sweetness that Baccarat Rouge 540 has from the saffron note. Nothing similar in here, just the note of saffron kind of performs similarly in this fragrance. And then in the mid, you have some ors, violet and red roses. In the base, of course, the leather and amber. I really get a ton of this powdery, buttery iris and the violet in here as well. So this is a slightly floral touch, a little bit of violet, a little bit of rose to kind of freshen up that leather and not make it so harsh. This is stunning. This is probably one of my favorite leather fragrance discoveries. I am not a huge lover of leather, that's for sure. But when there's other notes that kind of help soften it up a bit, then I definitely can enjoy it. So if you like leather fragrances but you want something a little bit softer but still greater performance, try Leather Rouge from Miller Harris. Next up, I have a fragrance from a brand that has been super hyped up lately. Everyone's talking about it and raving about their fragrances. I just have a travel size here from Max Aroma. Little leather casing, really nice. Max Aroma does, I believe, 5 or 7 ml fragrances for you to test out before. Really quality packaging though. The fragrance I have here is Prima Donna from Sospiro Fragrances. So this is another slightly leathery fragrance, but it's much sweeter. You get this touch of amber and cherry. Cherry's been having a hot moment for quite some time now, and it's very well blended in here because a lot of the cherries on the market right now, the cherry fragrances on the market, they are a little bit too medicinal. It's a little bit too much in your face, but this one is kind of more mixed in with all the other notes, so they kind of have an even playing field of leather, cherry, there's some amber. You also have some rose, jasmine, lily of the valley, so it is a little bit floral. You have some fruity notes and milk in here, so I feel that the milk is kind of toning everything down. It's not too leathery, it's not too fruity as far as the cherry, and the floral notes just add this pretty soft touch to it. And don't get me wrong, this can definitely be worn by women. I think I would wear this myself in cold weather. I could see that doing really well. But to me, this is just sexiest on a man. I can definitely see a man rocking this in the fall, winter weather. Even in the spring when it's still cold, this is just to die for. This is definitely one of the more underrated fragrances from the house. I don't hear too much about Prima Donna, but definitely check it out. Get yourself a little travel size on Max Aroma because this is incredible. And like with all Sospiro fragrances, it lasts all day and all night. You don't have to reapply. You're going to be smelling this, and this is definitely going to get you some compliments. The last fragrance for my newest men's discoveries is a freshie. I had to throw a freshie in there. I don't care what time of year it is, how the weather is. You always need a good fresh fragrance in your collection, and this is Wild Neroli from Orientica. This is their Le Motif collection. I love the bottle with the silver and blue. It's very pretty. It's kind of a cobalt blue color. Wow, this is just a fresh burst of citrus. You do get a lot of white florals in here too, but it's predominantly citrus, that being Neroli, of course. But if Neroli wasn't enough citrus for you, they also threw in lemon and bergamot. So this is just a blast of bright, juicy, citrusy, lemony notes. It's just divine if you like citrus. Wow, this is crisp, it's clean, but with the added floral notes, there is some orange blossom in here that kind of amps everything up, makes it a little bit stronger. So this is going to project because, you know, sometimes citrus fragrances tend to disappear, but this does not. I would say if you like fragrances like the Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford, which I don't know if that one was discontinued or not. I know they discontinued a couple from that line. That's probably the most similar in the collection because you get the Neroli, but then you get the floral notes, which is also the case for the Tom Ford fragrance. And I would say also Diptyque has a Neroli fragrance. It's called L'Eau de Neroli, and that one's definitely more citrus neroli forward. You don't really get the floral touches in here like you do with wild neroli, but if you like those kind of scent profiles, definitely check this out. It's a more affordable option. I'm gonna link all of these down below for you guys to check out. This is my last fragrance for my newest men's discoveries. This is an incredible fresh citrus fragrance. Those were my latest discoveries for the best men's fragrances that I have found recently. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried any of these and what you think about them. Is there any men's fragrances that you want me to try and that you want me to talk about? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!